a message signal, we have a carrier signal. This message signal has less frequency than the carrier signal. As this has a less frequency, that means it can travel a less distance. That's why we are combining two signals. One have high frequency and one is our message signal. Then we get a resultant signal like this, and this is called amplitude modulated signal. I have written here modulated signal. Amplitude modulated signal, right? There are three types of amplitude modulated signal. One is under, two is critical, and number three is over modulated signal. This type of modulated signal is called under modulated signal. Under modulated means, suppose this is our axis. Now this part is beyond the axis. Okay. And in case of critical modulated signal, this will be like that. This will be touching the axis like that. And in case of here also this process will happen. And in case of our third case, means over modulated signal, this will go like this and this will go like that. Means in that portion the signal is overlap each other. Okay. Now this modulated condition of signal can be measured through the modulation index or called MA. This is actually the ratio of amplitude of message signal by amplitude of the carrier signal. Now in case of practical, we can't measure this parameter directly. We can see like that, message signal can be seen like that, carrier signal can be seen like that, and our modulated signal can be seen like that. But to derive MA, we have a formula like modulation index MA can be written as Vmax, means the maximum portion of our output signal by the minimum portion. Suppose this is our signal, this is the maximum, means Vmax, and this is our minimum part, this part, Vmin. Now if we calculate Vmax by Vmin by Vmax minus Vmin, then we can actually calculate it here. En plus Ec means this portion is actually the message signal and the carrier signal, both called amplitude is added here and the amplitude is deducted here. So this coil is like that, and so that we are going to actually calculate En plus Ec plus En minus Ec by En plus Ec by En minus Ec, and we are going to find this, and this will be the output of our output means the value of modulation index. Right. Now in CRO, the measurement is a little bit tricky. Like in CRO scheme, there is a box and it is printed like a graph. There is some divisions. I am drawing approximately. Suppose this is our center position. Each box is divided into 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Like in y-axis also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The measurement is, there are two controls. One is volt per division. One is volt per division and one is time per division. The volt per division is actually to control the amplitude representation of the signal, not the amplitude of the signal. Means if we change the norm, the representation of the signal is going to change, but the actual signal is not going to change. And in time division, it is going to change the time division representation. Like if here we set it 2 volt per division and time says say 1 kilohertz. Okay, 1 kilohertz means millisecond. Sorry, this is actually time period. This will be millisecond, ms. Okay, now 2 volt means from here to here the value is 2 volt. Means the 5 count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 5 counts value is 2 volt. Means 1 count value equals to 1 count value equals to 2 by 5 equals to 0.4 volt. And suppose this is the signal. Suppose this is our signal, and this means I have fixed it here 1 millisecond. Means from here to here the value is 1 millisecond. Means 5 counts value is 1 millisecond. Means 1 count value is 1 count. This is x-axis. Sorry, x-axis. This this is y-axis. 1 count value equals to 1 ms by 5 equals to 0.2 millisecond. Now this signal can be measured like the value is the amplitude value, means the y-axis value. Y-axis value is actually this is y-axis. This is x-axis. I'm sorry, actually amplitude is situated in y-axis and the time period is situated in x-axis. Now the value is from here to here, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 count. Each count value is 0.4, means 10 into 0.4 volt, means 4 volt. Okay, and the frequency is total from here to here, means 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, means 20. 20 into 0.2 equals to 4 ms. Now the signal, this signal's amplitude will be 4 volt, and time period will be our 4 millisecond, and frequency will be 1 by 4 ms equals to 1 into 1000 by 4. In that way, we can easily measure a signal represented in our CR. Now we are going to see the practical setup of this total system, and we are going to demonstrate from there. This is our amplitude modulation and demodulation trainer kit. This is the function generator block, means from this block we can generate our message signal. This is for the frequency setting knob, and this is amplitude setting knob. This block is our carrier signal generator. It have a fixed frequency of 60 kilohertz, and we can set the amplitude over here from this knob. And this is our modulator block, written over here, A modulator. This is the input of this probe. It is for carrier input. This is our message signal input, and this is the ground common terminal, and this is the output terminal, and this is the ground terminal. This is the demodulator block. We will explain it when we will come to demodulation. Now we are going to see the message signal first, then the carrier signal, then the modulated signal, and after that we are going to see how it can be measured. First, this is our message signal input. Sorry, this is our message signal output. It has two output, actually one is to C and other is to set to the input to the message signal input. So I am going to connect it here, and one black, that is ground terminal. Okay, this is our CRO. It has a small display. It is showing the time per division and volt per division of channel 1 and channel 2 here. It has only one time per division knob. That means if we move this, both channels time per division will be changed. Here it is a frequency calculating block. It can directly calculate frequency, but I don't know it will measure or not. I am going to see the representation here. This is a selection port, channel 1, channel 2, dual and add. I will be going to use only channel 1. That's why I have selected over here channel 1. Channel 1. This is our channel 1 output. This is called BNC probe, and this is the crocodile clip. I am going to connect the message signal here and the ground to the ground port. Done. Now I am going to adjust the volt per division. Okay, now time per division. Okay, this is our message signal. Okay, we have connected here in 0.2 volt per division, and time per division is 2 millisecond. Written over here. I'm going to change it. No, it is stable in this position. Now the amplitude can be measured. There is a knob called position. If we move this can be moved to upward or downward. I am going to connect it with a reference. I am going to connect this with this reference line. Okay, now the point is connected over this point. The total value is 5 plus 4 means 14 count. Here 14 count in y-axis. Our volt per division is 0.2 volt per division. 0.2 volt. 0.2 volt. That means per division. Our amplitude will be 14 into 0.2 by 5. Next, our frequency will be, this is starting from here and going to this portion up to. I am trying to stable it. I don't know it will be stable or not, but I am going to try. This is up to this point. Up to this point means 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2, 7 count only. 7 count. 7 count in x-axis. Time per division is 0.2 ms, 0.2 ms. Time per division. So our frequency will be 0.2 by 5 into 7 time period, time p. Then frequency will be, and this is millisecond, 1 by 0.2 by 5 ms into 7 hertz. We are going to calculate it. This is your task. You have to calculate the value. Okay. Now same wise, I am going to show you the carrier signal. This is our message signal block. I am going to use a different color. This is yellow. This is the output, and this is the ground port. Output and ground. Output, ground. I am going to connect it here, and the ground is connected here. Again, I am using only channel 1 because I am showing only one output at a time. That's why this is our carrier signal, and as we know, carrier signal have a high frequency. I am trying to show you. This is our carrier signal. It has a high frequency and amplitude. I have set it over here 0.2 volt, and as you can see, the time per division count is high here. It is 10 ms, and previously it was only 0.2 ms. So you can imagine how much high is the frequency of carrier signal. Okay, now we are going to connect these two signals. Means we have in AM modulator we have actually two input. One is message input, one is message input, and one is our carrier input. I am going to connect the message input from here. This is the green line, means message line, and this is going to in the port of modulating signal. I am connecting it here. Ground is connected here. Done. This is our carrier signal. This is our carrier signal, yellow carrier, and the black is ground. I am going to connect the carrier signal in the carrier port, carrier, and the ground to the ground. It is a double mounting cap. I am mounting in its top, and we are going to see the output from this output port. This is the ground terminal, and this is the output terminal. Okay, our circuit is complete. We have connected our carrier signal, connected our message signal, and we are going to see the modulated signal, right? So this is our CRO channel 1 probe. I am again using channel 1 because I am seeing only one output at a time, and I am going to connect the ground here. It needs little bit readjustment as okay. This is our modulated signal. You can see I am trying to vary it. Okay, this is our Vmax, and this part is Vmin, Vmax and Vmin. Done. Now we have three conditions. I have earlier said one is under modulation. In that case, modulation index will be less than 1. Means the amplitude of the message signal will be lesser than the amplitude of the carrier signal. In that condition, as you can see, this is Vmin and this is Vmax. Done. If we increase the amplitude, it means it will be in a state of critical condition, and this is our amplitude knob of our kit. I am going to increase the amplitude, and we can see over here, just now we have reached the critical point. Means this is our critical modulation condition. Means in that condition our modulation index is 1. That means the amplitude of the message signal and amplitude of the carrier signal is equal. That is EM by EC equals to 1. Means E or EC both are same. That's why the ratio is 1, and this is in critical condition. If we increase the amplitude more, then it will be okay. Actually it is under over modulation condition. Just a second. Okay, done. This is our critical condition. I am increasing it. Just a second. Amplitude icon. Okay, this is critical, and this is our over modulation. It can be easily visible. Now we have to calculate our modulation index in 3 cases, but it is impossible to do in virtual process. Actually, you have to measure it through the CRO or DSO. So when we'll be in class again, we are going to measure these things and for complete. And this is our AM modulation process.